Hi, my name is Ryanne Pilgeram, and I'm a 2010 graduate at the University of Oregon, where I earned my doctorate in sociology with a certificate in women's and gender studies, and I was an active participant in the Center for the Study of Women in Society. After leaving the University of Oregon, I was a faculty member at the University of Idaho for 13 years, and some of my most notable achievements as an academic was a book I published called Pushed Out, which looked at rural gentrification in the American West, and my research on women in agriculture. I ran USDA grants examining the experiences and inequalities women in agriculture faced, and brought in over $1 million of funding to run those projects. I left academia a couple years ago and now work in the nonprofit sphere, supporting communities in transition and economic transition, and really thinking about just transition for oil and gas communities. The Center for the Study of Women in Society shaped my experiences both as a student, in my career as an academic, and contemporarily in my nonprofit role working on just transitions. I think because it gave me a really intersectional and relational thinking about how people and structures impact people's experiences. So when I'm thinking about and doing policy work on behalf of communities, I'm always trying to think about who's being impacted in a very holistic way. So thinking about oil and gas workers transitioning into different jobs, I'm also thinking about, well, what is the impact going to be on children in those communities, and on people who need childcare, and on how's that going to impact their ability to access food? And I think that really comes from that very feminist perspective I was trained in at the University of Oregon. When I think about my vision for feminist futures, I think it's very much about trying to create a space, a world where we really fundamentally understand that our lives and our opportunities are wrapped up in the opportunities and lives of our neighbors and community more broadly. And so we really need to think about a vision for radical solidarity within our sphere of influence. How are we supporting everyone in our communities, and thinking holistically about that? I think my vision for feminist future is really thinking about a future where we're not backsliding. I live in Idaho, so that's something I'm always thinking about making sure that my daughters and nieces, my nephews and sons, have the same opportunities that I had. And I would like to envision a future where those opportunities are even bigger.